Alrighty. So first of all, you will download another Illustrator file, Adobe Illustrator, called VectorFunk. This is one you're going to open up and you're going to use this as your template. Now I've given you kind of step-by-step instructions to follow, so pay close attention. I broke it up into 3 parts to make it really, really simple. You're still going to use your shapes tools and you're going to use the pencil tool one more time, but we're going to kind of combine everything together and use a different technique. This is what the final product is going to look like. Yours is going to be your own composition, but essentially this is what we're going to look for. I'm going to show you how to overlay multiple shapes, make your own shapes. You're going to trace these off and change up the colors and use a specific color scheme to do this. So this is what I'm looking for from your final design. Let's see, let's open up, where's my VectorFunk? There it is. Illustrator project. So when you open up and download your AI file, this is what it's going to look like. The first thing I want you to do is we're going to trace off these images. And to do this, first of all, let me clean this up. I'm going to go to Window and reset my Essential Tools so everything looks just right. To trace off any one of these images, all I want you to do is trace off at least one. You can do more if you need to. We're going to use the pencil tool. And the pencil tool allows you to freehand draw anything. So when I click and drag, it traces where I'm drawing, and when I let go, I've got my line that's created. So that's the easy, simple way of drawing something off. But here's what I want you to take note on, and I didn't give you this in the handouts. I want you to open up the pencil tool options. And to do that, you're going to double click on the pencil tool. So double click. There we go. And this is what it's going to bring up. This is very, very important. You got to make sure this is correct. Don't worry about the top part of it. We'll mess with that later. I want these bottom options to have, first of all, no fill for the pencil stroke. I just want it to be the outline. And I want you to keep it selected and keep edit within paths turned on as well. If you don't remember this, I've typed it up on, or I've written it on the overhead on the board to remember. Just uncheck this one and make sure both of those are checked off. Here's what the pencil tool is going to be doing. I'm going to hit OK. I'll zoom in, Command +. Remember, you can hold down your space bar and be able to move around. And with this, when I click and drag around it, I'm not looking for 100%. It can be off by a little bit. As long as I'm holding down my mouse, it's going to track where my mouse is at. When I let go, of course, it gives me my line. Now, my line is still selected, because remember, one of the options we chose was to keep your path selected. If I started clicking right here and created a new line, notice it deselected this one and started drawing on this one. What I want to do is to keep the line one continuous line, and to do that you're going to click close to the end of the line, so basically right on it, and then continue dragging again. Now notice that it didn't create another line, it continued that line on. So main thing is be sure it's close enough, right on top of it. Actually, if you look at my cursor very closely, you see the little X at the bottom right hand corner? If you get close enough, that X will disappear, and then you know you're close enough to continue on. If it's too far away and you do it, it's going to just break it and create another line from there. So you're going to trace this off, the entire object. I'm going to go very quickly so you don't have to watch me do it. This is going to help you develop your hand-eye coordination when using these different tools. Eventually, you're going to have to stop, scroll down, and use your use your space bar. Next week, we're going to learn how to use the pen tool, and the pen tool is going to give you a lot more accuracy in the vector lines that you create. But it gives everybody a headache. It takes a lot of practice to use that pen tool. Keep in mind, it's not perfect. I'm not looking for perfection when you trace these off. I mainly want you to get the outline of the entire shape. Moving along. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. All right, and we get back to the starting point. Now to help this out, what I need to do is I need to join up the starting point and my ending point. And if I happen to make any breaks, I want those to join up as well. So what I need to do is to select this line and this line. What tool helps me select? Black arrow tool, very good. Black arrow tool will allow me to select the entire two lines, and to get them both, I'm just going to click and drag over both of them. Notice that they're both selected. I'll zoom in so you can see this part. To join two paths together, you can go to Object, Path, and there's Join. What's the hotkey to do this one? Command J. So Command J, and there they are joined together at that end right there. You can do the same thing for these paths right here. So these two, Command J, joins those together. And it'll only join it in a straight lines. Remember, I'm not looking for 100% detail. I just want to make sure everything is joined together. So these two, Option, Path, Command J is okay. That's what I'm looking for. One solid path that goes all the way around from here. Now remember, it only has an outline to it. There's no fill color. If I wanted to fill it in, I can either double click on this and choose a color. In this case, red. Of course, now it's red with a stroke outline. If I wanted to get rid of the outline, choose this, and this is your outline color. Choose it none. So now it's only a fill color that I'm working with. All cool? Very, very simple, and that's using your pencil tool. And remember, double click to bring up those options and make sure it's selected at that as well. We'll hit cancel. All right, so for this one, after you've traced off the people that you want, and you can 1, 2, or 3 of them, doesn't matter how many, I want you to create a composition on your artboard that's made up of the different shapes, and I want you to use either a warm color scheme or a cool color scheme. Have y'all talked about warm and cool colors in your basic design class?
Yes.
What's warm colors?
Ones are like bright colors like red, yellow, orange.
Bingo. Warmer colors, red, yellow, orange. Those. What about cool colors? What are those? Greens, purples, yeah. Blues. All of those are colors that I want you to be able to use. Now, of course, you can choose those specific colors by clicking on your color picker, or if you have your swatches palette open, you've got a couple of colors over here. I'm going to give you something even better. There are some pre-made swatches, pre-made colors that you can choose from by going up to Window, down to Color Swatches, there we go, Swatch Libraries. And these are some predefined libraries of different colors. And you can see there's some for like art history, so if you wanted to make something that uses impressionist colors or pop culture, the ones we're going to use are under Color Properties, and there's cool colors and there's warm colors. You can choose either one, but I want you to make a composition that uses either the cool or the warm colors. Let's open up warm colors. With warm, it opens these up, and you can see these are all different shades of warm colors that you can choose from. These will help you create color harmony very, very quickly because they're predefined. Somebody else has used them and they've been made. Let's open up the cool color swatches. Swatch libraries, color properties, cool. And there's the cool ones. Notice that they're docked together for now. These are the colors I want you to pick from. Doesn't matter which one as long as you're using these colors. One or the other. Which one should I use, warm or cool? Y'all tell me.
Cool.
Cool? Let's do cool. Y'all gotta holler out. Whoever first come, first serve. So let's choose my different shapes. Remember, you can click and hold. Oops. And open it up. There we go. Just as kind of a general rule, don't use too many shapes, especially too many small shapes, and you'll see why in a second. I recommend 6 to 8 shapes. Keeping them big tends to work out. Selecting the fill color. Make them as big as you want. Remember, you can hold down your spacebar to move them around. Really, all I'm doing is choosing different colors and placing these on here. You can go back later and move them around. Change the colors, change the composition. You make up whatever composition that you want. Throw a star in there. Let's get another polygon. Remember, use your up and down arrows. If I wanted to send this to the back, what's the keyboard command to send something straight to the back? Shift command and bracket. Bingo. Yeah. Let's do a couple more just to fill in the space in the back. Yeah, let's do a rounded one. As long as it fills up the entire area. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, that'll work for now. As soon as you have that, we're also going to incorporate whatever silhouette that you've created. I'm going to bring it to the front, Shift Command, close bracket. You can change the size of it. You can change the position, the rotation. It's your composition, whatever you want it to be. I'll even quickly make a copy of them. Yeah. But I want to keep it relatively simple. Okay, we'll call that my composition. Next thing, this is the really fun type of way of dividing everything up. I want you to find the Pathfinder palette. Now I'm looking over to the side. I don't see the Pathfinder. And if you don't see it, you can always go to Window and Pathfinder. It's what we want to open up. Pathfinder allows you to cut and merge shapes together. So for instance, if I had a square and another square, yeah, let's do another square and a circle. Two different shapes selected. Pathfinder allows me to either merge them together or cut them. So if for instance, the Unite one, now it's one solid shape where they're both together. Pretty cool. I'm going to undo that, Command Z. This one allows you to minus whatever's in front of it. So if I wanted to cut out a perfect edge to it, whatever's on top is cut from that one. And there's some different ones that you can play around with that do different things. It's a great way of getting some very accurate shapes created using your basic shapes. You can cut out the middle of those. The one we're going to use is this one. It's the Divide tool. With Divide, when I click on it, at first it looks like nothing happened. But it's taken each one of these and divided it into its own separate shapes. It looks like nothing did. We need to ungroup them. What does grouping allow you to do? I hear you. I can't. No. Talk loud.
Putting them together while selecting.
Yeah, they're all one selection. So we need to ungroup them. So go to Object, Ungroup. Now look, watch what happened. I can move them, and they're divided up into separate things. And that's what I want to do to this one here. First thing I need to do is make sure it's the right size. So I'm going to use a rectangle. And under Part 3, I'm asking you to create a rectangle that's exactly 8 inches by 10 inches. How do you get an exact measurement? Click just once. So I clicked once with my rectangle, 8 inches wide, 10 inches tall. We'll say OK. I'm going to place that right there in the middle on top of everything. Select all of it, and then hit Divide. Have I lost everybody? Simple, simple stuff. Once it's divided, you can ungroup it. And now all I have to do is clean up the edges. So if I was to select that, I can even click and drag over this edge. And everything that was outside of it, when I hit my delete key, I can delete it away, even these little pieces. And you can see why I wanted you to keep them relatively large or relatively few of them, because if you have too many small pieces, it tends to get a little bit tricky. And so I'm left with this composition. Now comes the fun part. As with this one, you can go in and select the individual pieces and then change up the colors inside of it. So I'm using this one. Select this piece. You can see it's all cut out by what's behind it. And then when I change it, it can be a different color based on that shape. And as long as I'm using cool colors, it really doesn't matter what color I choose. The composition is going to look correct. It's going to look kind of fun. And you'll get different objects that you may not even have even thought of once you're created from that one. So essentially, the new things that you've learned are, first of all, you're using your pencil tool to trace off something. And you're using the shapes tools and merging them. You're dividing them up to create a composition for once you've created. Let's see. All cool? Y'all can probably do a better job at choosing the colors once it's done. As soon as you're done, you're going to print this to the color printer. What I'm going to do is we have, if you include mine, 15 different patterns. I'm going to cut them out and paste them onto a wooden board, and we're going to have like a class project of all the different designs once they're created, warm and cool color schemes. All right? I want to turn your computers back over to you. If you have any questions about it, of course, you can let me know. Turn off my